Welcome back, listeners, to the radio station. Today's topic will be, well, I don't have to explain since the title says, albums that I think will be classics in a couple of years or, many years, depending on when they came out. I saw a person on a YouTube or TikTok doing this, and I thought it looked fun, so here I am. I am copying them. Shout out to that person. The first album is a very recent album, and that is The Mountain by Gorillaz. I mean, they're already classics with, Demon Days, Gorillaz, Plastic Beach, which are all already praised and they're just fantastic. But then they kind of flopped with, Humans, the Now Now. But I think this is like a return to their old stuff because this album is genuinely great. The album came out just like 2 weeks ago, and I have listened to it about 3 times now. It is incredible, and I think people will look back at it as, I don't know, just, I think people will look back at it just because it combines many different languages, and the backstory of, the creator's trip to India and the loss of loved ones in both their lives. It will also be praised by the lyrics and how they, talk about life and rebirth. The album will probably also be praised by the 2D animation that they released with the album. It is genuinely beautiful, and as of current time with AI copying and stuff like that, it's just so refreshing to see an actual 2D animation, an actually good 2D animation from such a large band get so many views as well. It's so refreshing.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Okay, let's move on to another creator that absolutely deserves a spot on this list. Tyler, the Creator. I can't pick one album that really stands out because he's just that good. I mean, Igor is really good, Flower Boy is amazing, Don't Have the Glasses, okay. I don't think it's that good. But my favorite is Chromacopia. Just, bangers after bangers after bangers on this album. And it has everything from slow songs like Darling I and Like Him to, faster songs like Saint Chroma and Thought I Was Dead, which is also why I think this album will be so praised, just because it has such a uniqueness and, a bunch of different songs in one. I think just Tyler in general will be praised just because of how he went to, a kind of wild teenager online to a really good and chill guy. Also, just his creativity is immaculate. The fact that there's a new character for every album.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
I mean, it's so smart, and I think he will really be remembered by that. Next up is the Minecraft's Alpha soundtrack, and just hear me out, right? Think of the greatest musicians. You have Beethoven, you have Mozart, and I think there's the time for us to also present our greatest musician, and it has to be C418, I think his name is. This guy must have, sold his soul to Satan or something, because there is no reason for the music to be that good for a cube game. Like, why? How does he make it so good? Like, it fits beautifully, and it's honestly heavenly. It fits the vibe so well, and Minecraft is just a timeless game in general, and I think that's one of the reasons why the soundtrack as well will live on. Guys, I've gone like 3 videos without talking about Hawaii Part 2, so I mean, I have to talk about it, I'm forced by myself. Hawaii Part 2 isn't a classic yet, but it 100% deserves to be. If the Minecraft soundtrack is heavenly, then this is ascending from the earth to the pearly gates. This is honestly such an amazing album, and sure, it's popular, but man, does it deserve a lot more. The instrumentals are phenomenal and honestly amazing. The a cappella is also wonderful, even magical. But the best of the best are the lyrics, which ties into the story of the album. Yes, the album has like a hidden story, which is up to your interpretation of it. It could be the most standard approach, which is, it talks a lot about 9/11 and stuff like that. The creators, I think, confirmed it. Or you can make your own, which mine is, it's a love story that goes to heartbreak and then ends up in, they're back in love. And I just 100% recommend that album. Also, another artist, I just need 2 words, Kanye and West. I mean, he will 100% be remembered. I mean, it could really be any album or all of them. I mean, Graduation, College Dropout, or My Dark and Twisted Fantasy, all great. Probably, I mean, all of them, just like I said. And I mean, another reason for it is, Kanye West's story. Going from this absolutely magical musician to a Nazi. Yeah. And, there's not really a bunch of artists like him that has gone from that. Anyways, those were the albums that I'm like pretty sure of, but now I'm moving on to the ones that I'm like, 50-50, which kind of a lightning round, if you could call it. First, we have Don't Tell the Dog by James Marriott. Sure, it isn't anything like groundbreaking, but I really think it's good. Like, if he was more popular, then the album would already be insanely played. But since he's, not that popular, I don't think it's gonna end up as a classic. Next up, I have An Evening with Silk Sonic. Just great album, by the way, and I think it will be remembered because of how unique it is and the quality of it overall. Songs About Jane is also great, and Maroon 5 in general was fantastic. I'm saying was because they have fallen off insanely. I mean, their newest album, I didn't even know they released it, but their old things like, Moves Like Jagger, Sugar, and Maps, Locked Away, no, that's just Adam Levine, but they just have such a good discography, I think is the right word. But they made really good music, and I think they will be remembered for at least one of their albums. I'm also adding Tebi Tirar Mas Fotos. I think that's how you pronounce it, because it's an incredibly popular and good album. But the main reason is that it is the first Spanish album that I know about that, not only Spanish people listen to. Like, really people all over the world tuned in to that album, which I think, people in the future will talk about and really appreciate. Okay, editing me here, I would just like to add 2 more albums that I don't know if they are classics, but if they aren't, okay, one is definitely isn't, but the first one is Currents by Tame Impala. Just great album in general. It's absolutely fantastic, and Tame Impala is just such a great artist. But that's the thing, I don't know if that's already called a classic or not, but I think it is. So no, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And the other one is A Matter of Time by Levi. I think I pronounced that. And she's just a great artist in general, and I think she will be remembered by probably one of her albums at least. And that song, didn't it win like the album, didn't it win like a Grammy or something? I think therefore it will be remembered in some extent. Anyways, that was all for me. Let's go back to the video, I guess. The album American Idiot. I don't know why, but it will be remembered. I'm also adding Toby Fox. No, not just the Undertale soundtrack or the Deltarune soundtrack. Both of them. Toby Fox just in general, because it's my video. I can do whatever I want. And yeah, that was all for this video. Have a nice week, and I'll maybe see you next week. I took a small break, but I don't know, I just didn't have a video idea. This one was pretty rushed. Anyways, that was all for this week. Goodbye.